and now a Times Now impact story. In fact, remember, we've been saying since the last 4 days, since the time that the Congress's Padyatra began and was heading towards Bengaluru, that this is dangerous and irresponsible. The matter was heard in court today, and now, in fact, 4 days after being given a free run, Karnataka Congress's Mekedatu Padyatra has been prohibited by the Karnataka government. The ban has been imposed citing a surge in COVID cases and comes into effect immediately. The decision comes after a long series of excuses, denials and defiance by the Congress after 3 FIRs and 3 participant Padyatris, members of the Congress, testing COVID positive, and most importantly after the High Court today pulled up the state for acting like a helpless bystander. The question is, will the party at least now course correct? We are getting in more news right now. The state has halted the yatra after outrage, but it seems the Congress still remains defiant. In fact, it has told even more followers to join the Padyatra. Siddaramaiah has said, we will wait for the court's orders. We have got Deepak Bopanna joining us live on this story. What possibly explains the Congress's decision to call even more people into the yatra despite the government's express instructions this evening? Deepak.
Yes, Padmaja, firstly, of course, the state government's decision has come in. It's a welcome move to, decide to prohibit the Padyatra. But from day one, while they decided to go ahead with the rally itself, there was, orders that were in place preventing any sort of rallies or procession of this sort from taking place. We at Times Now, of course, have been consistently reporting violation after violation that has been taking place over the course of the last 4 days. Finally, it was the Karnataka High Court which had to intervene today. It had questioned the state government as to how did it allow yatra of this scale with so many violations to take place and what steps are being taken. They were supposed to respond before the next hearing that is due to come up day after tomorrow. And today a high-level meeting was chaired by the Chief Minister, where virtually there were several senior officials from the government, including the Chief Secretary, the Advocate General, the DGP of Karnataka, several officials of the Home Department who took part in this particular meeting. Now, realizing that the High Court is not going to take it easy if no steps are being taken, the Karnataka government has decided to prohibit this rally. But once again, we are looking at messages coming in officially from the Congress that from tomorrow there'll be leaders and party workers from Mandya who will come in with sugarcane, dressed in traditional attire with wooden floors as a symbolic representation and join the Padyatra. So we'll really have to see what sort of a standoff takes place. While it's a welcome move that they have prohibited this yatra, it's coming a little too late and only after the intervention.
So tell me this very quickly, Deepak, given what the government's order is today, if more Congress people join the Padyatra, they will stand to get arrested, right? That's what the order basically says.
Yes, but precisely what should have been done even 4 days ago. It was a very similar order. We've also seen 3 FIRs being registered, but what was really stopping the police is the question. So tomorrow, are they again going to wait for the Padyatra to continue and the Congress workers to continue to violate, COVID norms and flout it? Or are they going to take, coercive action tomorrow? And are we going to see a huge deployment of policemen along the roads, not allowing them to, go through with this Padyatra? Or are they going to really wait for the directions from the court to come by? Because as far as the leader of the opposition is concerned, he has made a statement today that, the court has just pulled up the government today. They have not made any directions as far as the Congress is concerned. And he has said very clearly that if the court tells them to stop the Padyatra, they will. But until then, they will march ahead is the decision that's coming from him.
All right. For now, thanks very much, Deepak, for having joined us. We're hoping that better sense prevails even now. And if it doesn't, then the government should take action instead of filing FIR after FIR. That's it then. From me on this edition of the Newshour Agenda, thanks very much for having tuned in. I'll see you tomorrow at the same time. Thanks for watching.
The News Hour at 10 will be right back after the break.